On the surface, the Empire is all but invincible. It is the greatest of the old world's realms, both in extent and in military might. Founded 2.5 millennia ago, it has withstood countless assaults by Greenskins, Skaven, Chaos, and its many neighbours. Beneath the banner of the twin-tailed comet, emblem of its founder god, Sigmar Heldenhammer, the State Armies of the Empire take to the field behind the mighty Griffon-riding Emperor, confident of victory. However, scratch the surface and peer just beneath, and things take on a different aspect. There are worrying rumors concerning the Emperor's health. He hasn't been near his griffin for months. Deep in the remote forests of this vast realm, Beastmen and worse still lurk, even though the forces of chaos were expelled from the land 2 centuries ago. The taint of chaos touches everywhere, inflicting strange mutations that force good folk to hide from their neighbors or face the flames of the witch hunters. Strange and secretive cults worship blasphemous gods with titles like the Changer of the Ways, the Prince of Pleasure, and the Father of Decay. Beyond the Emperor's borders, past the icy fringes of Kislev and Norska, the swelling forces of chaos inhabit the twisting and unnatural northern chaos wastes. Leaders rise and fall, amassing armies to raid and plunder, only to have them dispersed again. It has been 2 centuries since any champion of chaos has risen with the strength to unite the enemy without. But rumor suggests a new chosen of the ruinous powers walks in the north and is binding the warlike tribes together. So the rules of the old world do not relax their vigilance. They keep their eyes steadily on this terrible external threat, and in doing so, they overlook the enemy within. In the last adventure, you and your companions assisted Amaretta Troger free her husband, Klaus Troger, from prison before they were exposed as werecats. You showed great courage in defeating a swarm of zombies and showed self-restraint by resisting temptation from the Chaos Gods. You departed the village of Andelhofen as minor heroes. After many weeks of uneventful travel, you come to a coaching inn 2 days' ride from Altdorf. Brand Blutcher waves you over and says, "Can you run ahead and inform the porter at the gate to let us in?" Before we begin today's adventure, I want to let you know that experience is awarded based on your accomplishments. If you pass on opportunities and challenges, you will earn less experience and potentially miss important clues. I would like everyone to tell me your character's name, species, and career, starting with CDC.
Hello, I am CDC. I will be playing Frederick von Hartwin. I am a human. I am a wizard of the Order of Light, and I am here to make the world a better place.
Next is Game Night.
Hello, name's Game Night. I am playing a human bounty hunter. Name is Eric. His motivations are very simple. Money. He's trying not to starve to death. Yeah, whether or not that involves helping people serve the good emperor is no business of his.
Next is Ledford.
Playing Brother Morpheus, a human zealot, trying to purge himself of the corruption by purging the Empire of its internal corruption.
Last but not least is Montiv.
Yep, I'm the new guy, Pontiff Dramogus, and to round it all out, I decided to do something different. I'm actually playing a human. And it's going to be Heinrich Stark, a warrior of Ulrich. Yeah, I know, there are other gods with Sigmar. I know, it's crazy. And this is actually his god, so just remember that when everybody else is dying. It's because of Ulrich, not Sigmar. Remember that.
Okay, very well. Thank you very much, everybody. As you're approaching the coaching inn, before we begin, let me give you some background information on coaching inns. Coaching inns are found throughout the old world. They serve as stopping places for weary travelers and allow coachmen to change horses on long journeys and to repair any damage to their vehicles. Coaching inns are also used by road wardens as temporary bases and as holding cells for any criminals captured on the dangerous byways of the Empire. In times of unrest, coaching inns act as strongholds for the struggling to survive in the face of competition from the Four Seasons Company. The Four Seasons Company is another coaching business that actually was the coach that just left.
Interesting.
So you come in, the Brand Butcher comes in with the rest of the caravan. He has like 6 or 8 wagons coming in place. The porter opened up the gate and now is going back, ushering the wagons in. You can see that there are wagon tracks. So Brad's going to lead his guys into the back. He says, okay, well, I'm going to set up these wagons. You can feel free to go into the inn and get settled down. Room and board is on me per our contract.
Thanks, Brad.
And what about drinks?
No, definitely not.
Oh, yeah, okay. Smart.
He's a businessman for a reason.
He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, that is a window you guys climb through.
Oh, I thought it was the door. Whoops.
Okay.
I'm back.
Door is over here.
I knew that.
One sec.
Just you four hooligans climbing into the porch house through a window.
Yeah, this is normal Midland. Don't worry about it. There we go.
Give me a second.
Yeah, the door icons are really tiny, so I'm just now noticing them.
And there's okay. The inn's bar room is a bright and cheerful place. Upon opening the door, the characters can smell fine foods cooking and hear the laughter of two coachmen right here who are drinking and joking together. From across the room, the adventurers notice the icy stare of a finely dressed young woman. She sits at a table with two other women. One is tall and heavily built, while the other is small and mouse-looking. A young man is sitting at another table. He appears absorbed in his book, leaning on the bar. Leaning on the bar is a foppish gentleman who stares closely at the characters before returning his gaze to the bar. A thin-looking barman and the plump innkeeper are behind the bar. Above the bar, standing on a guano-stained wooden beam, is the landlord's pet crow.
Pet crow. Okay.
Before the characters can do much more than take in the scene, Gustav, the fat and elusive landlord, comes waddling toward them. He smiles warmly and greets the adventurers with a hail of chatter. Greetings! Welcome to the Coach and Horses. Do have a seat. Take this one by the fire, where you'll be nice and warm. Would you like drinks and food? Yes, of course. Drinks first. How foolish of me.
I'm pretty sure we all like a drink, yeah?
Brother Morpheus does not have a good drink.
Nothing alcoholic on my end.
What? What do you mean nothing? What do you mean nothing alcoholic?
Why drink if not alcohol?
Something nice to keep my mind clear.
As
That's
Gustav
not
prattles. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's not to have it compromised.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's compromised. I don't think anything gets a man more focused than a mug of ale, but you know what? That's your business, and I'm not even going to try to ask the Sigmar, right? I already know what his answers is. Something like, oh, the ruinous powers comes through the audacious brew. No, thank you. It's just me and the wizard, then.
I think
I
you've
am
got
the wizard.
Oh, you're the wizard. That's right. I meant me and the bounty hunter. Me and the bounty hunter. My apologies.
Yeah, I'll be taking that drink. Never
Take
say no
something
to
like,
a
I know tea's a big thing, but rather expensive.
think they'd have it.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd stock it. Maybe you take something. They probably give you like a piss weak beer.
Yeah.
I think that's the closest to non-alcoholic you're gonna get, besides maybe well water.
Might have to settle for well water then.
My God,
Hey.
it's a grown man asking for well water in a tavern.
As Gustav prattles, Blackie, the pet crow on the beams above you, struts around on the beam above the bar, repeating Gustav's tone. Almost perfectly, but mixing his words up. Welcome to the seat. Taking nice by the foolish? Would you drinks by the horses? As you settle yourself at the table, you can't help but notice the foppish gentleman here, watching you intensely. When he's spotted, he quickly looks down into his wine. The other guests take no notice of the characters. The lady picks deliciously at her food, while her servant stares vacantly into space. This person drinks her wine moodily. This person is buried in a book, which he studies avidly. The coachmen are busy getting drunk, taking the opportunity to enjoy themselves before they have to return to the road in the morning. Bran quickly walks over to the landlord and says, Bran enters the room. I want the usual rooms for the racket lines of Altdorf business. Me and those coachmen, he points at these two, will be leaving in the morning. Bran sets down a bag of coins, and after a quick count, the landlord hands over the keys and takes the money. Bran quickly walks away, looking sluggish and yawning loudly. Been traveling for many hours. The common room is over in the other wing of the building. You guys are ready to turn in. You can come over and join us. We'll be leaving tomorrow, bright and early.
Noted.
Alright.
I looked to Henrik and my companion. Brad is leaving with those coachmen. He seemed to be the sort that drink heartily. Maybe you should join them, chat with them, figure out if there's any rumors on the road.
I'm not one really for collecting rumors or even being quite talkative. I mean, I can't. You can just say you don't want me here. You don't have to make up an excuse. If you don't want me here, you can just say it.
That's not it. Our employer is heading off with those people. A good drinking buddy usually loosens lips. And you seem like the sort that drinks a lot. I'm quite interested on what's going on these roads. The closer we get to the capital of the Empire, the crazier things are getting. I plan to scout out, figure out what's going on, and spin around. Especially given that many of these caravans have been hit by Greenskin. I'd like to figure out if there's any dangers up ahead. Especially given how those that one coach left earlier, nearly running us down. And something's got them spooked. Something's got them working like overtime.
They could just be very excited.
Yeah. I don't know about anyone who gets excited and running over people.
Well, to be fair, they are heading to Middenheim. That's my holy city, and if I was on my way to Middenheim, I would run over people on my way there.
Okay.
Perhaps.
But fine. Once those coachmen file out, I'm sure. But I got it's these coachmen, right? These two that are at the bottom here that you mentioned too. Yeah, they seem to be stuck there, glued to the seats, enjoying it. So I think we got time.
I'll try to talk to the bookish lad Eric, if you could talk to that one foppish gentleman.
Okay.
So I
Feel
was
free to
for some
move
reason.
wherever you want, and then after
Yeah.
you're done moving there, you
Sure.
can talk.
Brother Morpheus, I think you would do well with the ladies.
No,
Mm,
oh, that's one way of putting it.
If you say so.
I have faith
That's
in you,
not-
Brother Morpheus. You got this. Do not be tempted. Only ask questions.
You approach, and you see a foppish-looking person wearing the colors of Bretonia, drinking some wine at the bar.
All right. Eric will clear his throat.
He looks at you.
Sit down next to him, and he'll sit down next to him, look over, and he'll ask, "Excuse me, sir, but is there a problem? I couldn't help but notice you were taking a glances at me and my companions earlier. I wouldn't want to. We just arrived at this place. I wouldn't want to be the cause of any altercations. Is there something that you feel you should be telling us?"
There is nothing, he says.
"Are you sure?"
I'm certain.
Alrighty then. No need to be a stranger then. Let's keep things civil. Eric will scoot over to the side and wait for his food and drink. He is going to he is going to continue watching. Yeah, I didn't get his name. This foppish gentleman out of the corner of his eye though.
Yeah, you didn't ask for his name.
I didn't.
You'd ask for it.
He
I've
takes out
already
a
exited the conversation.
he takes out a deck of cards and he begins shuffling with them, playing with the cards. What brings you
Eric,
here to this part of Reichland? He asks you, Eric.
There we go.
Oh, typical mercenary work. Guarding a caravan headed for Altdorf. You heard the stories, caravans going missing on the roads and whatnot. Figured out that it was an attack by some undesirables who were hired to keep my employer's caravan safe. Typical business, nothing too special. What have you?
Well, I'm heading to Altdorf to visit an old friend. As you know, you could probably tell, and he has a thick Bretonian accent. Heading over there, traveling the world. You travelers look impressive, looking each of you up and down. I would be a fortunate man if you could share some stories with me. He waves over to the barman. Herpin, bring me and my friends here a round of drinks. On me. So he hands over some brass pieces. Herpin gives each of you guys, let's see, there's 3, Eric, Brother Morpheus, and Heinrich. I don't know, Frederick, if you move past him, if you're not really talking to him.
Nope.
I guess only you guys get a free drink.
Eric, that's 2 free drinks. He's just gonna snatch the one.
No. Brother Morpheus is interested in a drink.
No, they'll just
Is it-
slide it over to the son of Ulrich.
Oh, there we go. I didn't even have to lie. Drink both the drinks for me and Morpheus.
Turning back to you, he says, "What brings you here? Is it just the mercenary guard contract?"
Just about. Wouldn't have any other reasons to be heading up this way. I've been, mercenary work and whatnot. You don't really have a set place to lay your head, not unless you've been doing very well for a very long time. What of you, stranger? I didn't catch your name, actually.
Well, I am Felipe Descartes. I am a retired Bretonian soldier on my way to Altdorf to visit a friend. Together, we will gain carnal knowledge of the most beautiful ladies that Reichland has to offer. Although I am doubtful that ladies in Reichland can rival the beauty in Bretonnia. I hear the people of Reichland are well known for drinking ale and playing cards. Would you be interested in a game of Scarlet Empress, a popular card game in the Empire? You see him fumble around in his pockets and pull out a deck of cards along with a big pouch of money.
If Eric's looking in my direction, I tell him, don't do it. Nod my head. Don't do it.
Maybe afterwards, after you've had your drink of ale and talked to those who you want to talk to.
Eric is gonna look over at Frederick, and he's gonna see Frederick shaking his head, and Eric is just gonna nod, and he's gonna be like, "I'm doing it. I'm doing it."
Little broken-hearted here. Frederick's broken-hearted. Gambling is sin.
Should have been at the bar.
Should've
Take
been
that
at
as
the
a
bar.
yes. I'll be waiting in the back room when you're ready. So he walks away to the back room.
Are you a gambler, Eric?
I am a gambler. I am a purveyor of all the fine vices of this world. All the fine
Morpheus,
ones.
you're going to love Eric.
Don't tell the Sigmarite all of that.
I mean, I don't flaunt it.
And to be fair, I don't think you could really get more hedonistic than a Bretonian. They're pretty good at that, from the few I've seen.
I hear they sleep with their horses.
Do they? That would
Yeah.
explain the jawline and everything. That makes sense.
Yeah, the spell as well, it's sometimes. That's why they gotta pour so
Whoa.
much perfume on.
Where are you hearing these rumors?
From
You would think
facts.
the polite society, for the polite
You
society.
seem
would know
pretty well read, sir.
Frederick,
I read a lot.
this person here is in his early 20s. He's of average height and is trying to grow a beard, but unsuccessfully. He has lank brown hair and pale blue eyes. As you
mood
approach,
kindred.
he's still looking at his book. He's not really paying attention to you.
I take a seat next to him. I pull out my grimoire, my own book, completely empty, there's nothing in it. And sit down, look around a bit, and turn around and ask my newest friend, Hail, fellow scholar of the Empire, how you doing?
He looks over at you with his eyes for a second. I'm busy. I'm studying to be an apprentice physician. If you could excuse me, I need to catch up quite a bit.
Can I do a scrutiny of some kind?
Scrutiny. What?
What's it called?
What are you doing?
Intuition, you mean?
Intuition, yes.
Sure. Give me an intuition check, average.
See if he's actually talking about that, or is he doing something a little bit more precarious, like reading some sort of haughty play.
You can tell that he is reading that book very attentively, but there's more to it than what he's saying. 'Cause let's just say he's not being completely. You can tell that he's a little bit off, a little bit mechanical in his motions. So when he says that he doesn't want to talk and he's reading his book, there's something more to it than that. You can tell he's holding some stuff back.
And you have a major test coming up. Entrance exam into the physician's college.
I have to study for my study. I have to read this book for my studies in Altdorf University, at the Altdorf University. If you excuse me, I'm pretty busy.
I understand. I'm interested in joining the physician's college as well. What book is that, if I may ask?
The leeches and their curative properties.
Interesting. Well, take care, my friend.
Yep. Kind of waves you away.
They're so alike.
Can
It's
I
like I'm
do
looking at
another
the same
intuition
person.
as I'm leaving? See if it's
Sure.
actually leeches. That's something other crazy.
Well, intuition's not going to tell you that.
Yeah, that'd be perception, wouldn't it? Unless you could just see it on like a surface level.
Yeah. As I'm passing by him.
Sure. It's going to be hard.
Oof, that's definitely a chaos grimoire. We should take it up.
That's going to be a hard test.
Yeah.
You wish to take the man's book.
No, I
He
just
merely
want to.
tries to
As I'm
better
walking,
himself in the Emperor's land.
I plan to walk past him over his shoulder, give a little look, see what type
Are you
of
trying
book
to be
it might
stealthy?
be. Kind of not.
So you're making it obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just being quick about it though, like.
So you're being quick and obvious about it. Okay, go ahead. Roll me a
Yeah.
hard.
Okay.
Oh,
Stop looking
Well.
over my shoulder at my notes. Kind of pushes you away, creating a scene as the rest of the patrons kind of look over at you.
Uh-oh.
Jeez,
Whisper over to Eric. We're about to see a nerd fight.
get out of here. Walks away.
I apologize, friend.
He completely
very
ignores your
rude.
apology.
Very rude of him.
Sits somewhere else.
Good job, Frederick.
huh. That was an overreaction if I've ever seen one.
Well, I agree. Most nerds are very happy to share whatever knowledge they're learning. Unless, of course, it's
Indeed.
test time. Then they're grinding.
I wouldn't know about that. I've never been to school.
Oh. Well, we're going to Altdorf if you want to apply to anything.
No, thank you.
Frederick, with
Okay.
all due respect, I think you're the only person that cares about the College of Waldorf. Not to disrespect your trade, well, a little bit of disrespect to your trade. I think it'd look a lot better if you lost those robes and put on some chainmail and started fighting people the right way, but I don't
You'd
think
be
any of us are cut
surprised,
out for that
actually.
life.
You'd be surprised, actually. Frederick is he hits a mean dagger.
You know, I've heard
decapitate
tell of this dagger. You know, it's the whole card's been a buzz with news about it. Yeah, it's really interesting. I really want to see that in action. Maybe
Yeah.
next time we're fighting, you could just ignore the spell part, go straight for the stabs.
Noted.
All right. Well, you know, it's fine. You know, the insular bookworms and all that.
I'm
I remember.
extroverted bookworm. Excuse you.
I know. It's just I
Sigmar
remember when I
guides his dagger.
Sigmar. No, I'm not going to get into that debate now, brother. You did me a kindness with the alcohol, so I'll leave that be. But I remember when I was learning how to read in the seminary for the first time, and I was extremely frustrated whenever someone interrupted me. So maybe he's learning how to read. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know. It's kind of suspicious,
mean-
to tell you the honest truth.
Unless he started casting chaos spells, I wasn't really gonna do anything unless I got paid to anyway. So you know.
Can I do intuition, seeing how pissed off he was? Like, was it more like hiding things, or more like, hey, don't be nosy?
Kelly was angry.
He was
The
angry.
The reason why he was angry. Was it more of a defensive sort of angry, or more of a oh, you're pestering me sort of angry?
An annoyance, frustration, angry.
It's very much annoyance.
The angry. With a -8 on the perception, you could tell he's mad.
Noted.
Oh, that's alright, because we got these fine gentlemen here at the table.
Yeah, they seem to be of your ilk.
What's that supposed to mean?
Loud, boisterous, and drinks a lot. And happily drinks a lot.
You see,
Praise the Lord for that.
you see a sandy-haired coachman and a dark-bearded coachman bearing the livery, the uniform, of the racket lines of Altdorf Company. Both men are of medium height, and they have like 3 or 4 pints of beer in front of them with no signs of stopping. They're cheerfully laughing. They just said a knock-knock joke, and they're thinking it's the most hilarious thing in the whole wide world.
Ulrich be praised, gentlemen. What's hilarious is going on here?
Oh, it's knock knock, and then the cat came in the room. Oh, and they're laughing, and they're having another
so they're
swig
drunk,
of their
drunk.
ale.
Is that right? Out of curiosity, how many drinks deep are you, fine gentlemen?
This is. He takes out his hands. What, one? He starts counting his fingers, and he gets to the 10th finger, and then he's like wondering how to count further. This much. He points all 10 fingers up, and then he points them all up again. And it's like, then he gets confused, wondering how many. A lot.
Enough.
Yeah, no. Henrik, you're in fine company.
Yes.
Let me know when they start going out looking for a wife and find a wolf.
Well, let's not wish that upon anyone, huh? But these gentlemen seem to be having a fun time. I don't know why I'm even asking you people questions. I don't think you can remember your own names, but out of curiosity, heard anything interesting lately? Any fun rumors or stories? There's been a lot of madness going about. Bad news being out on the road.
Well, one of them, Holtz over here. I'm Holtz, he says, and the other person says, I'm Gunner.
Aye, Holtz, Gunner. I'm
We were
Heinrich.
talking
This
about
is my band of merry men.
we were talking about the story we heard. Roll me a average gossip check. See how many rumors you get.
Let's see, average gossip. It's crazy. That's a monumental fuck up.
You want to use
I
fortune?
might. Sure. Not any better.
Much better.
Not much better.
I'll tell you one, just for pity's sake.
Thank you for pitying me.
The village of Bluetruck was wiped out by a mysterious disease that causes people to break out in red blotches. Make sure you stay well clear of anyone with red marks on them.
Oh,
Or at least that's what they say. Don't know if it's true or not.
it's definitely true. Folk legends and rumors are the most reliable source of information.
Also
We all
very
know this.
entertaining.
Let me save that. Perfect. Blues Rock. Well, I don't know exactly where that is, but stay sure to steer clear of that. You gentlemen aren't gonna drink much more tonight, are you?
We're gonna drink another. Gunner and Holtz look at each other. Good amount. We're gonna drink a good amount. We'll see you on the road tomorrow.
I
These
see
men
you on
like
the
to-
road.
These men likely won't be getting up from their chairs until they're dragged off from their chairs.
I don't think they'll
And
be
into
on this
their
by the next
carriage.
morning. What'd you say, Brother Morpheus?
I
No
said
wonder
they're not going anywhere until they get dragged to their carriage for
Indeed. Yes,
their job.
this hangover is going to be vicious.
Yeah, and it's going to explain why they try running people over with their carriages.
Oh, that wasn't them.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy previously
It's
suffering
part
a
of
massive
their
hangover.
crew.
That's fair. Now, Sigmarite, you wanna lead now for these fine lasses down here?
Uh,
I am perhaps not the best one for this encounter, but
I have faith in you.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
I don't think any
We
of
all-
us.
We all know I'm the
Why?
most attractive one here. Winks in having the attractive talent.
I can also aid you out if you'd like.
Brother Morpheus, give me a
Morpheus.
gossip check. Average. As you
Hey, not
approach, you
bad.
hear this rumor that these three ladies are talking about. Jana, person over here, is whispering to the other two people. Izolde over here is kind of reading a book. and picking at some food, and Marie over here is eyeing you guys warily. The rumor they're sharing is Altdorf Zoo has been shut for weeks, Jana says. I hear Deathclaw, the Emperor's griffin, went on a rampage. Probably because the Emperor hasn't been to see him for months. But then they noticed you are listening, and they stop.
Be at peace, my ladies. I wish you no harm.
This lady over here looks in the superb hat and fine dress. You can tell that she looks like a noble, because she doesn't talk to you guys. Her nose is held high. Her servant-looking person over here says, "Yeah, no worries. We forgive you."
Ah, I see what this is. Okay.
Do you wish to speak up, Brother Eric?
Eric's fear of authority is acting out. But if you want him to, he'll aid you in this endeavor.
Do you need some help, Sigmarite?
Brother Morpheus, you got this. Just talk about the glory of Sigmar. Ladies love that.
Have you heard the good word of our Lord and Savior Sigmar?
Yes.
And you lead on from there.
And then talk about all the things you killed on your way here.
Morpheus, think of it like this. If you don't start evangelizing, I'll start evangelizing. Hey, you don't want that.
Well, yes, but our god Sigmar is not the most boastful of gods, unlike some.
Well, unfortunately, Ulrich is the most boastful, so move over. Move.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of influence on that lady in the back.
For sure.
As you
Ladies, my apologies for my companion here. Social graces aren't exactly his strong suit, nor are they mine. But again, my apologies. I couldn't help but notice this lady here is dressed very, very fancifully. What's that all about?
As you get really close to that lady, she gets up and moves away, goes over here, and Marie stands defensively in her seat, eyeing you. The lady that you're talking to right here turns to this person right over here and says, "Jana, tell these strangers to leave." And then Jana turns to you and she says, my lady here, Lady Ozulte von Studendorf, requests that you leave."
Could have just said that to me herself, but since we're in the habit of wasting time, then sure. Was just here to extend Ulrich's blessings, but if you don't want that, that's fine by me. Though if this tough-looking lady here wants it, you seem like the Ulrican sort, or at least the type to beat someone bloody for looking at you wrong. I'm offering.
As you say that to her, you notice that she has a pendant on her necklace, on her neck, and it has a Mittenheim design in it.
What? Wait a minute, you're from Middenheim.
She keeps quiet, but she nods. The name's Marie.
Marie, absolute pleasure, Brother Heinrich Stark. And as I said, only a novitiate of Ulrich, but I'd be willing to grant my blessing if you need it. Because if you know anything about Ulrich, he cares not for why we fight, as long as we fight. And you seem like an able-bodied warrior. I don't think any of the other patrons here will really benefit from him, since he only likes the strong. Though my mate Eric over there is pretty good. And my brother here, the Sigmarite, is a firm body. He's not the right faith, unfortunately. So would you like a blessing? If not, I could be on my way.
No, thank you. And you notice that my name's Marie, by the way. It's good to meet you, but as my patron here says, you can leave. Marie is a tall, unusually tall, athletic and muscular, and has thick, dark blonde hair and icy blue eyes. She is in her 30s. She wears dark, somber clothing and never smiles.
I don't suppose I'd be privy to knowing why such an distinguished lady is here in this rundown inn.
Do not bother the mistress. She is here on private business.
Oh, well, I'm not bothering her. I'm bothering you.
Eric will step up to next to Heinrich, put a hand on his shoulder, and he'll be like, I believe Lady Marie here is on the clock, as they would say. She what's the term? What would we never was very good with my letters. I don't think we're gonna be able to chat these people up so long as they are under the employ of my grace and excellence is sold. Unless they desire to be fired, they're gonna have to rebuff you at so long as you're here. Might be best to cut this short. Stop wasting time.
And with that, Lady Isolde here, you can tell that she dresses like a typical Drakewalder noblewoman. The Drakewald forest is the forest that the Empire is in. Lady Isolde von Strudendorf is a willowy and red, golden hair, green-eyed, and a refined Reichländer noble accent. She is young, she appears to be headstrong, and quite confident, overly confident. She dresses in the finest clothing and has an unusually elegant hat on. Beside her is Jana. She's 16. She's thin, fine, has mousy hair, blue-gray eyes. She says very little. Keeps looking at Lady Isolde, looking at you guys. And she speaks very timidly. Marie, Lady Isolde says, tell these people to leave. Marie says, you heard the mistress. And as they say leave, Felipe over here says, care to join me for some cards?
I look to Eric.
That's my cue.
Maybe you should go with Eric. Sure, the guy doesn't cheat.
Really?
Last thing we need is Eric leaving here half naked with all his money gone.
Oh, that's true. Don't worry. My code doesn't allow that anyone cheats. Are you sure that the 2 non-alcoholic members should be at the bar? You don't want to come with us?
No, I need to find things out. I'll talk to the bartender.
Morpheus is going to go talk to the scholar, though.
Alright then. Alright, Eric.
Alright.
90% of gamblers.
Quit before they win big.
Just you guys. Just you. What about your companions?
They aren't the gambling sort.
They're lost.
Mm-hmm.
They're lost. As you guys come in, you do notice some posters coming around. There's a handout number 1, Wanted, Bold Adventurers. You guys feel free to take a look at that. Does anyone want to read it out loud?
Why don't we have Eric read it out loud? Why doesn't Eric read it out loud?
It's still loading for me. Like, do you mean in canon? Eric cannot read.
I know, that's why I'm asking him. He's the only one here that cannot read.
He was while you were learning your letters, he was studying the blade.
Study the blade, you motherfucker.
Oh man,
Alright.
that's
Oh,
okay.
we could do it out of character though. Wanted, bold adventures. Unless someone else wants to read.
It doesn't really matter.
Does not matter.
The bottom part is still loading for me.
No
Well,
problem.
I'm the actor. Might as well.
Yeah, no, you're the actor, do it.
Bold adventurers. His Excellency, the Crown Prince, Hergard von Tassenink. I know I didn't get that right. Of the Grand Principality of Ostland, hereby gives notice that he is currently resident in Altdorf and wishes to engage the services of a party of skilled adventurers. Employment is to begin as soon as possible for an indefinite period. Would-be applicants are forewarned that they shall be required to undertake a most perilous mission into unexplored regions of the Grey Mountains. The matter is of the utmost delicacy and absolute discretion is required. Remuneration is negotiable, depending on experience. A minimum of 8 shillings per person per day is guaranteed, in addition to a generous bonus on completion of the mission. No laggards, cowards, or dwarfs need apply. Signed, I can't understand that. Personal scribe to Crown Prince Hergard.
All right, very nice.